as well as melee attack and carapace level 1. Now, I don't think that the little one can do too much damage here. He was able to kill that siege tank. However, Nidus Swarms are not free, so you need to do some damage with them if you end up losing it. So there it goes right now as that one dies a miserable death, and a couple more units did get taken out right now. Now, it does look like the little one is going to be double expanding, getting this high yield expansion. However, he has not scouted, I believe, this right side expansion. Otherwise, he would have killed it already with some Zerglings. But that's going to really pay off for Torch. However, he is just now securing his natural. And now that the high yield expansion is on the way for the little one, that is going to be very, very good for the little one. I mean, sure, he doesn't know about this expansion, but at the same time, he just double expoed. So it's not going to really matter. I mean, his opponent will have a bigger army than he expects, but if the little one does his good macro, then he should be just fine. And he is macroing very, very well right now. He is already at 147 supply, while his opponent is only at 97. Wow, I did not realize there was that much of a discrepancy in these army sizes. So Torch needs to make something happen here. And really, I mean, since he does have this expansion and this hidden one up here, he should be okay for a little bit. He even is going to be flying over here. And the SCVs are going to be forced to evacuate out of here, but anytime you run mules, it's just money out the window. So one Overlord is going to go down, but the Geyser is going down as well as a couple SCVs here as the little one is trying to focus fire them as best he can. But at this point, the little one, I feel he's just like playing with his opponent because, well, you know, if this expansion does get up here in the bottom right side, they will be even in bases, although the difference, of course, is that high yield expansion. The little one continuing to stick with a lot of roaches and a lot of Zerglings here, and he also has some infestors, so we should be expecting to see some fun fungal growths from the little one. He is so good at using fungal growth. I remember back in the beta, man, he was revolutionizing infestors, just using fungal growth all over the place, because one of the mistakes that a lot of players were making is using fungal growth and then attacking, when really what you want to do is use fungal growth and then retreat and let it do its full damage at no additional cost to you. So again, his creep highway is now almost like a figure eight through the center. He has very, very good coverage here. And then maybe he'll scout. I'm really surprised that this expansion is still going. It hasn't even been making SCVs, really. It's just been a place to dump all your mules. Now, the Overlord should be scouting down here in the bottom right side, which could mean a Nidus Swarm very easily down there to lock down this expansion. And did he spot that? Yes, he did. And there goes the Nidus Swarm. Right now, he really only needs to send in a couple of units there. Don't want to overcommit to that, because if for some reason he loses that Nidus Swarm, then those units would get stuck there. Now, surprisingly, Torch lifts off before this Nidus Swarm finishes, so the little one could have actually canceled that, although I guess why at this point? I mean, you might as well just leave it there to have it all over the place on the map. And so he is going to lock that down with a whopping 2 Zerglings, and the creep has been spread so far across the map that it is now blocking out this high yield expansion. So Torch is now not in very good shape. I mean, he's trying to muster up an army as best he can, but if we just look at the army size, 184 to 150, and we do have some battlecruisers on the way, though. I was wondering why his supply shot up so fast, and that's because he is making 3 battlecruisers, although it looks like corruptors are on the way, so the little one most definitely knows about this, as there really is no reason to get corruptors except against battlecruisers in this matchup. So we do have more upgrades on the way, level 2 for the little one, and it looks like Torch finally getting the confidence to move out. He does have a Raven. He wants to clean up as much of this creep as possible, which is exactly what he's doing. Very, very wise to do that, because the vision of the little one right now is going to be phenomenal. Now, there is some units over here, could get some free kills, but it looks like the little one, wiser than that, able to get out of there in time. And Torch's army, this is not a very scary army. I mean, it's just a couple of fungal growths away from being as squishy as a water balloon, because there's a lot of Marines in here. They don't even have their combat shield upgrades, and the Marauders are in there. There's no upgrades at all for these infantry units. There is one upgrade for the siege tanks, as well as one upgrade for the battlecruisers, but the battlecruisers have now been spotted, so he knows that they are done, and he knows that he needs to make corruptors to deal with it. So I don't know if it is going to be enough or not. The little one is in such good shape, getting more and more upgrades for his ground army, and he should be getting some Ultralisk here fairly soon. I believe I heard a Nidus Swarm somewhere, but your guess is as good as mine as to where it was if it did indeed actually happen. It has not happened in the main. There is a siege tank left behind here to deal with those Nidus Swarms. And so basically what Torch is hoping right now is that he can get into a perfect position that the little one will just throw away all of his units. Here comes a very very scary drop, though. A bunch of Zerglings in here as he is going to be dropping into the main. You realize the Terran player completely out of position. This Siege Tank is going to quickly get taken out, and really Torch is either going to have to commit or lose the game right here as these Zerglings need to run into the main, which is exactly what they're doing. This base is completely undefended, nothing here to defend, so Torch is stuck in a really, really awkward position where he wants to make something happen. SCVs are getting pulled off the line to maybe do an all-in attack here, and he is going to move out as his base is getting completely swarmed here by the Little One. There's a couple of Fungal Growths on top of these Marines. They are not going to explode, though. Very, very close to losing a bunch of Marines here. Although 3 Battlecruisers are very, very scary. It's just it depends how many Corruptors the Little One has. He does have 6. Will it be enough, though, as there are a bunch of roads getting out here. Even Fungal Growths on top of Battlecruisers, something you don't see very often. A bunch of SCVs are going to be running into the line right here, although not going to be absorbing that much damage because the Roaches did back out in the nick of time. This Spine Crawler getting 6 kills, definitely paying for himself. At the same time, though, Torch is going to be losing his main base. There are so many SCVs over here trying to repair, trying to attack, and there is 1,700 resources in the bank for Torch. There's just nothing he can really spend them on, as he is going to try and end this with just Battlecruisers and SCVs set to auto-repair, which is why they are mass repairing. There is another Fungal Growth on top of these units, not going to be killing that much. The SCVs are actually mass repairing each other there because of that auto repair, and so he needs to make sure not to use all of his money on repairing SCVs as he does want to save the Battlecruisers, but at the same time he is losing his entire base, probably going to be forced to run away here. He's summoning mules just to get enough minerals to repair his SCVs and Battlecruisers, and so there is 4 Battlecruisers, and that is really it. There's a couple Marines in this army, but is it going to be enough right now as they are slowly base racing here? But there are so many Roaches, so many Zerglings. Is it going to be enough? He's trying to unload his Night Swarm. He's healing it as quickly as he possibly can, as there are so many units inside this Night Swarm, and he wants to unload them as quickly as possible. Hopefully he doesn't get all of his army stuck in some awkward position, as that Night Swarm now did go down, and so he is unloading somewhere. There we go, at the right side. I was like, oh man, if he got those stuck on the island, that would just be bad news. However, the Little One definitely playing better than that and trying to get Spore Crawlers up in time to deal with it is not going to be enough, though, as these Battlecruisers are now fully repaired, and the SCV is even repairing these Vikings. He has so many minerals because of this hidden expansion. This hidden expansion is definitely starting to pay for itself, so the Little One is scrambling to try and get something going in his favor, as he could be in a lot of trouble right now, as his base is basically non-existent. His base is basically non-existent. You guys get the fun. Okay, anyways, we're gonna forget about that joke. And the SCVs are just going to town here. Some of these SCVs are probably actually raking in the kills. And for Battlecruisers, does he have anything to actually deal with this? Right now, I think the answer is no, although the only buildings left are this expansion, and the Little One goes, oh, I found it. Oh, he does still have a lot of Roaches. What he needs is Hydras, which is exactly what he's getting. Hydras and Corruptors, I think, are the best choice at this moment in the game. The Ultros Cavern just gotta sit here and die. Look at his little face. He is so sad. He is screaming in pain. That is animal abuse if I have ever seen it, but the Little One is going to lock this down, and there is a command center right here, which is upgrading into an orbital just to get more mules to repair these Battlecruisers, although he does have 3,000 minerals, and we could see, does he have Neural Parasite is the question I find myself asking. And he does not have that Neural Parasite, but Fungal Growth on top of this army, not enough to kill the SCVs because of that mass repair, able to all individually repair each other, and so he wants to Fungal Growth this, though, as much as he can to run him out of minerals, although it's not going to be enough. I'm not so sure, though. This is definitely a peculiar situation. I've never quite seen a game just like this, and there are still those 4 Battlecruisers which are just rolling in kills. They do have the Yamada Cannon upgrade. Can the Little One hold this, though? I think he can. He just needs to kill these SCVs, which are mass repairing all of these tanks. And at some point, the Little One is going to have to run in and attack this. However, I don't think that moment is right now, as he wants to get out as many units as possible. And he is basically mineral blocked, though. He has almost no workers mining at this point. But can he hold this off? He is going to be getting a flank. I think that this could be when he is going to engage this army, because he can kill these siege tanks quite easily, which did get left out in the open. The SCVs completely out of position. It does look like Fungal Growth once again going to be softening up these Marines, softening up these SCVs, and now these Battlecruisers have no one to repair them, as it does look like he will have enough units here to kill us. I do believe, is this enough Hydras? The Concave is pretty good. The SCVs have returned to try and repair as best they can, but these Zerglings will have none of it. Was able to kill those. Only 2 Battlecruisers remaining. I think that the Little One will win here, even going to be healing his own Hydras here, although these 2 Battlecruisers Battlecruisers may kill all of these Hydras. I'm sure, though, that the little one will be able to macro up some more Hydras. Here is some more running down here right now. These Zerglings are hiding in terror inside of this Overlord, and it does look like this Battlecruiser is going to go down. So Torch is going to GG. What an absolutely epic game from Torch. It really came down to this expansion staying alive so long, able to fuel that army and fuel those Battlecruisers. Now, it does show how extremely good mass repairing SCVs on the Battlecruisers can be, but really with fungal growth and then the SCVs running in there to clean it up, the little one was able to hang on, and 2 Marines spawning right here as if we're playing a game within the 3-minute mark, but really we were almost in the 30-minute in-game time mark, 28 minutes flat. So I am going to go ahead and cast the second game. That game was amazingly epic. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time.